guys, I'll do one more just to clarify some of that. I sometimes I hate to, do this kind of verbal vomit as they call the young people, but, um, and I apologize. I'd like to do videos. I'd like to make these more professional. I've said that numerous times. I know this isn't a great topic. People find it a hard topic. It's sensitive, and I apologize. I would like to do it more of a professional format, and it's also the topic. I certainly wouldn't have pursued this line of work. I don't really have credentials in that. This is most of my lived experience. It's the past decade dealing with law enforcement, dealing with the court system, trying to get justice, trying to get my life in order, and they don't allow you. It's like a joke because they know they can get away with it. And like precision, they told me exactly what they were going to do before they did it. We've certainly had enough protests. We've had the Me Too movement. We've had the BLM, which I still keep getting flack for, but I will still support it, even though there's Black people along the way that obviously are involved with this administration, are radicalized and extremists. So it's all walks of life, all people. It doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter what kind of job you have, and your nationality, your sex, so on and so forth. Domestic violence is continuing to be an ongoing problem. Violence, certainly with child abuse, certainly with the matters that I'm dealing with, because it's the trafficking, forcing you into prostitution. Everybody's a commodity, making money off you. So if you can't pursue your livelihood and get work, it's very difficult. And that's certainly the situation I've been put in. I would much rather be doing my art and pursuing my goals, going to the gym. I'm usually very active, out to the gym, work, pursuing my art, pursuing my photography, out, in the community, shooting photographs up to the lake, primarily doing landscapes. So this has had a huge impact on my life for the past 10 years, and I certainly don't enjoy it in talking about these topics, but they need to be talked about because these people continue. Like I said, I had neighbors up there that the abuse went on with their little grandsons, and I want to speak up about that because I felt bad when I left. My ex-husband, they sit out there getting drunk on their decks, and these two little boys were being abused. It was inappropriate what was going on with bathing time. So again, we have bathing time. And certainly this person on the other side worked for the cops. I found out 20 years later. And then when the cops pull up and the sheriff's right away, they're lying. I'm a prostitute. This was the thing at my neighborhood in Amsterdam. So it's been the same thing. This sort of, if you're groomed as a child, if you have exposure to, and again, I want to reiterate, these people, whether they're MAPs or pedophiles, and we do know that not all pedophiles offend. And certainly that could be the case here. Certainly we have people that have other problems or just men that, aren't pedophiles. But certainly can be inappropriate. And certainly with this baby trapping, my best friend was pregnant at 16, and this was the kind of stuff that constantly went on. The sexual harassment, the jokes about being a drunk slut or a prostitute or a whore. And that was the first thing that started with my divorce, this whoring around, which was totally untrue. Then they make all this stuff up. They deny your assets. They deny you housing, and what's going to happen? You're in a vulnerable situation out in the street looking for appropriate housing, and then people know that they can show up and they can and do this kind of stuff too, whether it's prevent housing, whether it's getting you evicted, kicked out, you can't get your job, you can't get work. Certainly women that have children in this, and then they call, social services, you can get your children taken away, and so on and so forth, and problems with that. So this stuff really needs to be looked at far more serious than it is. Certainly when you go to divorce, the first thing, which is supposed to be 50-50 equitable distribution, and if there's criminal allegations like this, you should be able to get a lawyer and defend yourself from these serious allegations, which I was not allowed. Attorneys, we're not a defense lawyer, this, that, they had excuses for everything, and it's pretty repugnant because certainly this continues to go on with other children in the family, whether it's my neighbors up on the lake, whether it was other children in the neighborhood down below my other house, whether it was my own nieces that are special need and my nephews that I'm not allowed to see, but they're all allowed to continue, and the abuse is allowed to continue to go on. And certainly it's a network. Certainly these people are connected. Certainly they talk, and certainly they have done this over a long period of time. What's unique about my case is these same men have continued this since I was a little girl. Okay, it's the same group of families. They know each other, and now they're certainly police chiefs, so they don't think that they have to be accountable. They could have handled this right from the start and given me my assets, dealt with this with my ex-husband, these various other peoples, and we all could have went on with our lives. But that's not what's going on here. And certainly this wasn't a career field that I wanted to pick, and it's not even a career field because I sit and I talk about things and I document this, and we continue, and they continue to not do what their job is supposed to do. And certainly I'm not signaling them out because social services was no better. So the Catholic charities, the hospital, I mean, these people, you talk to these people, they're actually like in a cult, and then they'll stand you and they'll tell you they don't know how groups work. It's like the blue line. You guys are in a cult yourself. Okay, we need advocates, we need training, we need people that are actually going to do their job. Be safe.